Allan Border says he sees glimpses of Brian Lara. ESPN Cricinfo's Smart Stats rank him as the most valuable player of IPL 2026. But an international fast bowler just received a demerit point for how he treated this teenager. A child labor activist has threatened to file an FIR against his franchise, and his own father had to defend his age with a medical test conducted when the boy was 8.5 years old. Question: is Vaibhav Suryavanshi Indian cricket's next immortal, or is the system already monetizing a child it has not finished raising? Suryavanshi was born in Samastipur, Bihar, a district not known for producing IPL megastars. By the age of 12, he had already debuted in the Ranji Trophy. At 13 years and 243 days, the Rajasthan Royals paid 1.1 crore rupees for a player most of India had never seen on television. That transaction made him the youngest signing in IPL history. But here is what the auction catalogue did not list. His father had already sold farmland to fund the dream, and the boy had already survived a BCCI bone density test at an age when most children are learning long division. His first IPL century came in 2025 against Gujarat Titans, 101 runs off 35 balls, making him the youngest centurion in men's T20 cricket. The second came in April 2026 against Sunrisers Hyderabad, a 36-ball demolition featuring 12 sixes, the most ever hit by an Indian in a single IPL innings. In that same match, he became the youngest player to reach 1,000 T20 runs and the fastest by balls faced, getting there in just 473 deliveries, compared to Mitchell Owen's previous benchmark of 533. His strike rate in IPL 2026 sits above 238. The numbers are not merely impressive, they are, statistically speaking, a disturbance in the sport's natural order. But the innings that made him famous also carried a warning. Rajasthan posted 228. Sunrisers chased it with 9 balls remaining. Suryavanshi had authored history and still walked off a loser. That detail matters because it reveals the difference between individual explosion and team dominance. He can clear the boundary at will, but T20 cricket is still an ecosystem where batting, bowling, captaincy, and death over execution must align. For a 15-year-old, this is a critical lesson. Your 100 can become a highlight reel while the scoreboard becomes a lecture. The opposition has already moved from surprise to targeting. Delhi Capital's fast bowler Kyle Jamieson produced a pinpoint Yorker to dismiss Suryavanshi for 4, then delivered a send-off so aggressive that the IPL handed him a demerit point and an official warning. Jamieson later admitted he felt fearful bowling to the teenager. That is not respect alone. That is the moment senior professionals realize they are being asked to compete with a child who threatens their livelihood. The more dangerous Suryavanshi becomes, the more bowlers will bounce him, drag him wide, slow the ball into the pitch, and drag him into adult cricket's psychological warfare. Then there is the contradiction that refuses to disappear. In early 2026, he guided India under-19 to World Cup glory with a blistering 175 off 80 balls in the final against England, winning player of the tournament. Yet a 2023 interview surfaced in which he appeared to state a different birth date than his official records, suggesting he would turn 15 in September rather than March. His father, Sanjeev Suryavanshi, defended him fiercely, citing the BCCI bone test from 2019 and declaring, "We don't fear anyone, he can again undergo an age test." The controversy was serious enough that the BCCI revised its own bone testing norms for junior players, introducing mandatory additional verification to combat age fraud suspicions. Analytically, what we are witnessing is the collision of undeniable talent with a marketplace that has no precedent for handling it. Rajasthan did not buy a finished product. They bought potential so raw it was legally a child. Suryavanshi's contract did not purchase a cricketer. It purchased the idea of one before adult bowling, adult pressure, and adult failure had ever tested him. The IPL is not a finishing school. It is a commercial battlefield where every mistake is clipped, every auction value becomes public pressure, and every teenager is turned into a balance sheet conversation. The real question is not whether he can hit sixes. We already know he can. The real question is whether Indian cricket knows how to protect a talent this young from the machinery that now surrounds it. Sachin Tendulkar carried the Prodigy label and survived. Prithvi Shaw carried it and stumbled. The difference between those paths is rarely talent. It is usually the ecosystem's patience. Suryavanshi is not a finished star. He is a breathtaking beginning. And the worst thing the sport can do is confuse early greatness with completed greatness. So the question is this: should Indian cricket hand Suryavanshi an international cap immediately to capitalize on this historic momentum? Or is pushing a 15-year-old onto the world stage just feeding another child to the hype machine? Let me know your thoughts below. And stay tuned, because our next deep dive is on South Africa's teenage pace prodigy, Kwena Mafaka, World Cup sensation, who is already being asked to carry a nation's fast bowling future before his 19th birthday.